evening and welcome everyone to Naveda's 80 is the New 50 webinar panel discussion number 15. Wow, the 15, so that is almost 4 months. I can't believe how time has flown. So I am Veena Dansingani, founder, director, and alopecia hair loss specialist of Naveda Integral Wellness Center in Hong Kong. We are the first value-based integral wellness center offering a transformative health experience to its clients with a mission and a vision to open our flagship centers in more than 20 countries by 2024. Naveda empowers people to learn the functions of the body, mind, and spirit and provides solutions for all using an integral wellness approach addressing human, planet, and social health. Naveda has also taken the responsibility to spread and provide Indian wisdom on a global platform. We promote healthy lifestyle changes through science-based wellness and prevention programs and solutions. So Naveda launched 80 is the New 50 panel discussion on the 21st of January, 2021, which is a campaign which has been inspired by our director who is here today, Mr. Lal Darinani, who turned 80, or should I say 50, on the 15th of April. And we celebrated his 80th birthday online and offline, where we had family and friends, and also those who have been following our program celebrate with us from 50 different countries. And they really wanted to find out what does it take to look and feel 50 at his age and be celebrating life like that. So,
I will.
yes, and we know that Mr.
No.
Lal is
Oh,
now. Dr. Sanjay, are you muted or something?
yeah. Yes.
Okay, Dr. Sanjay, you need to mute yourself, or shall I mute you? Yes, sorry. Okay. So, like as we say that now, Mr. Lal is actually making a difference in the world, inspiring more and more people to look after their health and well-being, and is definitely leading by example. Like today, we have invited, our panel guests. They also are leading by example in their own specific areas. So once again, I would like to thank all our audience who are here today with us, who are listening, who have been listening to us, following us, and being inspired by us from over 50 countries. So we have learned that there are many role models like Mr. Lal around the world, and Naveda has made it its mission and to get to know and connect with as many people as possible who can be a true inspiration for the younger or even 50 plus. So as we have seen that life expectancy has definitely increased, we are seeing more and more people who are living up to the ages of 80 and 90 due to advances in healthcare. And of course, thanks to medical technology and all that that's happened, people are able to live longer. But however, with age, with longevity, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to live happily or healthily. So it really depends what we are doing, how we are living our lives from a very young age. So as we can see that with our seniors, a lot of issues like we have a lot of we see people with a lot of physical and mental challenges, right? So people suffering from dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, arthritis, heart diseases, obesity, depression, loneliness, loss of drive, loss of purpose. There's so many things that come with age. So many people face a lot of challenges, and now more so we can see that with COVID, there is so much more going on, right? So I think COVID has really given us a wake up call to really take our health in our own hands, not just our own health, but to really see beyond that and see what have we done that has contributed to all this. So today we have invited our panels from very, very inspiring, who are very, very inspiring change makers and who are really, truly leading examples to make a difference. They are examples themselves and they're making wonderful differences in people's lives. And we're going to learn more from them and be inspired by the work that they've been doing for many, many, many years. So I'd like to welcome our guests to this panel discussion. First of all, we have Mrs. Faride Shroff. She's the founder, director of Sensational Foundation, Limited, which is a charitable entity set up in Hong Kong to drive positive socio-cultural changes, enable equal opportunities, and empower people with different abilities, um, and has been privileged to have over 30 years of experience in teaching and working closely with these people. All right. Of course, we will learn more from her later. So welcome to this panel, Mrs. Farideh Shroff. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So the next one we have is Dr. Mohanabal Sarangapini. I hope I have pronounced that correctly.
It's okay.
I hope it sounds cute though. So she is an integrated wellness specialist of Indian origin and has lived in Barcelona for 32 years. She is Europe's leading practitioner and researchers in the field of mind, body, and emotions, which is a holistic science. She has also published many books related to health and Ayurveda. And of course, we will find out much, much more later in this conversation with her. Then we have Darshan Parekh, who's a specialist in sports nutrition. He's a marathon runner, ultra marathoner. I have to know what that is. He's an Ironman. He's self-employed. He has ran 45 marathons and ultra marathons, 2 half Iron marathons in a span of 11 years. See, I'm having difficulty with all these marathons that you ran. So he has also run the oldest ultra marathon called Comrades in South Africa. So we'd love to find out all about these marathons in the discussion later. Then we have Dr. Sanjay Nagakar, who is with us presently today, just audible, not visible. He's a renowned microbiologist, PhD from the University of Hong Kong. He has published more than 100 scientific papers, research articles, reports, and conference abstracts. He has invented 83 technologies in preventive healthcare, environmental science, ecology, and nutraceutical functional foods. Also, he is Naveda's in-house scientist and lifestyle scientist. Then we have, of course, Mr. Lal Darinani, who is our campaign ambassador. He is also a director of Naveda. And like I mentioned earlier, that he has turned 80 recently and definitely does not look and feel his age. And if you have been following this program, you would know that he has been a business tycoon. And he never stops being a tycoon, even though he decided that he wanted to retire 10 years ago and enjoy his golden years. However, since he is a businessman, he's a business tycoon, he has invested, he has invested in his own health and in helping other people as well, so that they can learn about health and well-being in a more expansive manner rather than whatever is known to them. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your precious time. Darshan has come on this panel 2 weeks ago, but unfortunately we were not able to hear him speak. So today we have arranged it that way that he speaks first.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome Darshan. Welcome to this panel discussion. Yes, as I was reading a little bit about your bio, you are very much into marathon, and I know you have a story to tell. So do share about yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you do, why you do what you do, and what inspired you to do this.
So first, to answer your question, what is an ultra marathon? So a marathon is 42.2 kilometers. Anything that is run over 42.2 kilometers is an ultra marathon. And then your second one was Comrades. Comrades is the oldest marathon in the world. It is run between 2 cities in South Africa. It's run between Pietermaritzburg and Durban, and it's 90 kilometers, which you need to complete within 12 hours. So my journey started when I was 110 kilos. My journey started when I was 110 kilos.
Yes, at which age? Well, how long ago was this?
That must be 2006.
Okay.
And now I'm 50, and I was in Hong Kong at that time. So went to a doctor. Doctor said, "You've got blood pressure. You need to get on a pill or lose weight." So started the journey, and I ran my first marathon in 2009. Over a period of time, I realized that it's not only running and exercising, but it's also what you eat, how you live a lifestyle, what kind of environment you build around you, which helps your health. Everything put together, you make a full bubble and then live in that bubble. So you can run 20 kilometers every day, but you can come home and eat all the fried food and all the sweets, and you'll still not make any difference because your body is going to consume everything, and then you'll not lose weight, but you'll be where you are. Fortunately for me, COVID has been a blessing because it meant less of travel, more time at home, more time for myself. I went back to education, became a nutritionist, specialized in sports nutritionist during COVID, got my certification, have a few clients, and that's how the journey has come. And today I can tell you that, yes, nutrition is important, but more important than nutrition is sleep, which most of us in Hong Kong or around the world who live in big cities have a lack of. We think 6 hours, 6.5 hours, 7 hours is enough. No, we need 8 hours of sleep a night to actually recover from a whole day's work. I'm sure a lot of people here are more experienced than me, but for me, I've noticed the difference on my own. I've noticed the difference with my clients that when they get an 8 hours sleep, they actually eat less during the day, and they have lost weight and become more healthy. I'm not a dietitian. I'm a nutritionist. So as a nutritionist, I don't cut your food, but I tell you what to eat, when, how much to eat, and go by the plan so that you get the most energy at the times that you require it the most. So if you require it in the afternoons, or if you require it during a workout, or if you require energy in the evenings or in the morning, it depends upon everybody has different schedules, different lifestyles. So there are people who may require energy, the most energy in the afternoon. And they can see that after lunch, they're going straight for dinner, but around 4:35, they may see that they are, lagging behind, or focus is not there. They're not able to focus on work. This is the time when you need to actually munch something which is nutritious in value, like a fruit or almonds, a walnut, anything, or a smoothie made out of any fruit with milk or your Greek yogurt, which will help you boost your energy levels. And there will be no sugar in it, but it will boost your energy levels so that you can pull yourself through till dinner. And then 8 o'clock or 8:30, whatever time people have dinner, have your dinner and you'll be okay. So this is what I do as a nutritionist. I basically guide people to eat at the right time and eat the right kind of food. As an example, I can tell you some of my clients, I have not cut back on anything that they've been eating during a day. All I've done is I've given them a timetable, what to eat at what time. So many people in India or of Indian origin believe, okay, when you wake up, you should have fruits first on an empty stomach. But I tell my clients, no, you don't need to have fruits in the morning. You need to have fruits when you're actually hungry, because that can be a fill-in. You can fill up the gap when you're hungry. This is what a nutritionist does. He basically tells you, you woke up in the morning, have some breakfast. Don't go for fruits, because fruits maybe make you happy, but it's not going to give you filling. It's not going to fill you up, because maybe an hour later, you're going to be hungry again. So this is the difference between a dietitian and a nutritionist.
So tell me a little bit about your journey. So you said you were 110 kilos.
10 kgs.
Yeah. So how I mean, once you went to the doctor and the doctor said you need to be on medication, what made you choose marathon? I mean, why would you go and say, I'm going to start running to take care of my health? I mean, what was it that inspired you to do that versus something else?
So, and what is the cheapest exercise you can do? You go
Walk.
for a walk. It's free.
Hmm.
You wear your shoes and you've gone. You don't need a gym. You don't need any fancy equipment. Once I started walking, and when I started walking regularly, I met a lot of people who were running. And I have this nature of saying good morning to any stranger who crosses me.
Oh, you are just like Mr. Lal, actually. He
Yeah,
says,
so I just say good morning, or if I see an Indian, I say Hari Om. And I saw people running, and then people just told me, why don't you start running? And that's how the transformation came. Slowly. I live in Hong Kong, we're on the pier, and to run to Chim Sa Tsui is 3 kilometers. I couldn't even run one.
Hmm.
So the journey started from there, and then
So
people just came along.
what's your weight right now?
I'm 79.
You're 79. Wow. Okay. And it took you how many years to get here?
Totally 14 years.
14 years to get to 79.
Because I stagnated in between. I was at 93 for a good 8 years.
Okay.
And then again, I dropped to 76. And now I've stabilized for the last 4 years at 79, 80. I just play between 79 and 80 for the last 4 years.
So you continue to walk a lot, you continue to run a lot, and you continue to inspire more people to join?
Yes, I have a small group of friends where every month from the last 4 months, I introduce a challenge which has to be done daily. And it's a challenge that everybody can do. It's only 3 minutes workout kind of thing.
Okay.
And when in January, we had a no sugar challenge.
No
So
sugar.
you can't, yeah. So the whole month of January, you couldn't eat any refined sugar. Any product containing refined sugar, you shouldn't eat. So that includes bread, biscuits, ketchup, your basic. And we had 16 people who did the challenge for 30 days.
And what was the outcome of that?
Outcome was the total weight loss on 16 people, or average weight loss was 3.5 kilos.
Just by cutting off all refined sugars.
All refined sugar.
Okay.
They could eat honey, they could eat jaggery, they could have any other form of sweet they like, but no sugar.
Okay. So fruits were fine, dates
Yes.
were fine, figs were fine.
Yes.
Anything in most natural form.
Anything with natural form is fine, but no refined sugar.
Okay.
So but people started becoming mindful. They started reading labels that this has sugar, this didn't have sugar. So that was one effect that I saw on a lot of my friends, that they said, oh, we didn't know this contains sugar, and bread contains sugar, and Mari biscuit from India contains sugar. Oh yes, it does. So the mindfulness came. They started becoming more and more mindful about what they were eating.
Right.
And similarly, like April, we have a challenge which is 30 push-ups for 30 days. Every day you do 30 push-ups, no matter where, on the wall, on the sofa, on the floor. I've got around 28 people doing it right now. And May, I've got the challenge, which is 30 plus 30 into 30, which is 30 push-ups plus 30 squats for 30 days. And the oldest gentleman who has joined today, he's 72 years old. He lives in Dubai, and he's 72 years old. He wrote to me, he says, I'm going to do this challenge. I like the way you keep inspiring every day on the message board, that today is this day, let's do this, how many days to go. So I just try what I can to inspire people. Yes. Because I've seen my journey, and I'm 50, but my metabolic age is 36. So I'm sure if Mr. Lal is 80 and his metabolic age is 50, so when I'm 80, I should be less than 50.
Next time you can count me in. Next time you can count me in.
He also is always on challenges. He recently completed
Yes,
his walking challenges, and
yes,
he was the most senior person, and he was most stable and more,
one of the
most
senior.
consistent. Yeah,
I'm
right.
one of the senior to join that group. And I'm doing, so far I'm
Great.
doing, see, I'm not doing like them, you know, it's 30, 40 or whatever, 25 steps, but I'm doing about 15 something, you know. So I'm there. I'm in the
1,000
race.
steps.
I'm going to compete. Yes.
That's great, Mr. Lal.
I may not come first or second, but I'm in the race. That's good enough for.
That's it. That's most
Yeah.
important, to take part,
Yeah.
to participate.
Yeah, I'm in the race. Yeah. Yes.
That's the first step. Once you participate, the finish does not matter.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice to hear, Darshan, because whatever you said, I'm so happy because any people who knows, I have a two type of recognition in Hong Kong. People know me. One is my scientific community from the university, so they treat me as a scientist or professor. In the corporate world, people call me I'm the father of wellness in Hong Kong, or I'm the pioneer of wellness. And today you said mindful, and that is our win, because when no one was talking about mindfulness, I started talking like 1986, 87 in Hong Kong. Like in Hong Kong, I would say from 1991. And in the university, I introduced this program that no, it's all about like healthy eating, eat well, live well kind of concept. And that's how uh, I inspired the group three, this dairy farm group. And they invested $200 million to put a 360 supermarket, which was the state of the art. And then because Hong Kong do not have such a big space, so they converted into marketplace. So any person who live in Hong Kong for very long years, they know that previously we have only Watson and Mannings, or Park and Shop and Welcome. That's the means Park and Shop or Welcome. That's the only place to do the grocery. But now you have a lot of choices. And that's where my significant initiative came in. And I'm absolutely agree with you, because what we visioned that time, what we dreamt that time, that we have to inspire so many people from top-down approach. Top-down approach means if some the upper segment people become mindful, and they started talking about the wellness, nutrition, healthy living, mindfulness, the whole society will learn. When I was going into the market and telling about the organic food, people were laughing at me. They're saying like, Sanjay, you are making this word. We heard about organic chemistry, but we never heard the organic food. So I faced that challenge and criticism of the people, right? That Sanjay, you are making the word organic food. There is nothing such called organic food. But I stayed on my point because I know because initially it was the scientific world, and then from scientific world, it came to the commercial world. But unfortunately, Asia, we are a little bit lacking behind, because if you go to Europe, Europe is much more advanced in terms of their food habit and eating habit in the organic food and all that, much ahead than the North America. If we talk about Asia, Taiwan is much ahead than anyone else. Like if you really like um, the healthy living, I must encourage you, or everyone, those who are listening, must visit Taiwan and see the Taiwan culture of healthy eating and mindfulness, and it will surprise you. So it's good to see people like you, Darshan, like more and more people. I feel really happy because there are a lot of people. Now we can say there is a tsunami of wellness in Hong Kong. You know, everyone became mindful, everyone reading label. And this is one of the things, a very interesting point you touch, because one of my main goal was um, that people should know how to read the label. And we do a lot of programs, how to read labels, because unless you know how to read labels, how you are going to buy the food, okay, how you are going to understand Like eating like raw food or green food or salad doesn't mean it's a healthy food. Okay, so there's a lot of things. So that's not a topic of today, but try to touch your point, what you mentioned, which is very interesting and very useful for many people. That yes, like people run very long, do a lot of exercise, come back and eat and don't reduce a bit, and keep blaming like, oh, I'm not reducing the weight. So you picked up the right point that eating right is very important. What kind of food should you eat? I will add certain things like after we have a plan after July, we will start something like scientific aspect of food and nutrition. That's what we call biochemistry. So if I pick up only one line from the biochemistry or from science, so it will be useful for Darshan also. It's a new information for many people. Doesn't matter, like right now in today's world, in the public domain, it is that whether you should not eat refined sugar, you should eat like natural sugar. Okay, but in biochemistry, we are one step ahead. That doesn't matter you eat natural or refined. So far, the GI index of any sugar is low. It is good. So at the end of the day, people should look at the GI index, because usually what happened in the processed food, GI index is very high. Okay, and in
Yes.
the natural thing, the GI index is very low. But another very interesting thing, what happens sometimes the people get a wrong information. Many people got diabetes by eating a lot of fruits. So you need to look into the fruits GI index. So like mango, Indians, like mango is very good. But from sugar point of view, it's a very bad stuff. So it has its goodness, but it is one among the highest GI index fruit.
It's top of the chain.
So yeah, it's the top of the chain. So it doesn't work. So I always say people when they eat a lot of mangoes, I said, okay, hold on a second, just enjoy your taste. Don't go overboard kind of thing. So yes, the
But,
word here is a GI index.
But
Great,
Dr.
Darshan.
Sanjay, it's not only mangoes, even carrots.
No,
for that
many.
instance.
See, carrot here is like that. The carrot, when you eat raw, is fine. The moment you eat, so this is the trick here. When you eat raw carrot, you get a beta carotene. The moment you cook the carrot becomes very high in GI. So
That's right.
gajar ka halwa is absolutely not good from health point of view. It may be good for taste point of view. So I always say this line, people talk about health, but they buy taste. Okay, so you have to somewhere like the new world is coming where you have to not compromise the taste. So you have to create a new recipe. You have to invent a new recipe which has a taste and also has a health value. I think that's the way. So
also, what is important is when eating a meal, we see a lot of people watching television, watching movies, or on their phones or on their laptops. This should be avoided. As a student of mindfulness, I can just say that if you eat with concentration your meal and one bite at a time, that meal is going to be the best meal you have had every time. Every time you do that, that meal is going to be the best meal you've had. This is a fact which I can say because I've been doing it from last 4 months. I eat in silence, I eat quietly, no television, no phones, no iPods, nothing. And the meal just tastes better. It just tastes better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's
you're
so
more focused. Of course, you're more focused and you can actually feel everything. You can taste everything, right?
great. Lovely. So one more, come over to Naveda sometime. We'll meet and then,
Sure.
yeah. All right. Thanks a lot. Darshan.
Good. So now we'll just move on to Dr. Mohana Bal Sarangapini. Okay, unmute yourself, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
You're on.
Yes.
No?
Yes, good. So
Okay.
how are you doing? How are you doing? How's Spain?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good. Fine, fine. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
have you been watching our 80s the New 50 panel discussions in the past few months?
No, sorry, I have not been watching so much. But anyway, as I know, Lal, he's an example, of course,
Yes.
because I think he's one of our best examples now, living examples to say. And of course, back in Barcelona, I also see people around me who are in their 70s, 75, 78, 70, but they are so young. I mean, they look really young, and I see them rejuvenating, I mean, you really see that, no?
Yes.
And of course, coming back from India, because we were in the India lockdown. So there's a big difference. And as he said, Mr. Darshan, it's very true. I mean, the COVID really, really helped us. It's, in a way, it's a good thing, but it's also a blessing for me, because it's true. There back in India, I put on 80 kilos weight, and because, it was a lot of anxiety and I couldn't handle many things. So back here, of course, our lifestyle, everything is different. So I started again it was very challenging. I started using all my own way and, eating proper meal, and of course, drinking water and everything, and taking care, and a lot of meditation. It's not just the food, it's a body, mind, and it's a holistic way of, thinking. And psychologically, I was really, really in such an environment that there was nothing else that I had to just, eat to. And now doing this, and in 4, 5, I think we came back in August, September, October, no, and November. And from December up to now, I've reduced 14 kilos. So it's a very good thing.
14 kilos.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just by going back into your normal way of being.
I think I believe completely. I believe in epigenetics, the science of like, we really, the environment plays a very important role. And, being in that environment in India, of course, we are in Bombay, in such a society, such a place, people were bombarding. And I think it's also like, Lal, when you see, I mean, I don't see, we'd never talk about age. So I think talking too much in India, and especially this COVID, psychologically, your age, you are over this, you're 60, I mean, you're, now you are, your immune system is bad, you're going to be bad. So, they bombard you so much. So all that was a lot of anxiety, and I couldn't accept it. So I was just trying to, make myself. And back here, of course, we made a group, and we are all living together in such a way. And we all try to, have our own mindfulness. One of this mindfulness is very important, because we also do this, and being in the now, being in the present moment, the positive thoughts, and trying to avoid completely all the negative people, and those people who drain you out. So, like 4-5 days, in a month, we try to keep totally no phones, no phones, no communication, nothing, completely disconnect from internet, and keep doing and keep being with and talk to yourselves. Like what he said, talking to, when you eat, you only think about eating. It's also full day. What are the thoughts which are going? I think more than not the eating, 70,000 thoughts, no, according to the scientists, that, is going on a day. I mean, 27 into, 7 days a week into 70,000 thoughts. So I think it's these negative thoughts which keep on and changing our program. And I lived it in India. So I can say now, back here, we are trying to, and like 4-5 days, we try to take off, go being in nature. Of course, many times because of lockdown, we couldn't go. But we try to be in nature, and no phones and no internet. So that's helped us a lot, and keep having, having a list to write gratitude, keep being thankful to ourselves, to the tissues. And also we do some, as being an Ayurvedic doctor, I do some acupressure points and some of the regenerating youth gene, and, trying to do all this, and also trying to really, really be very positive, very concentrated, doing breathing exercise, lot of pranayama, which was also, all that was stopped there in India. So the moment I started doing all that, started eating, exercising, yoga, and of course, everybody is scared to go to gym. So, I have a rebounding. So, keep jumping there for, like 30 minutes with a relaxing music, all that's helped me to
So I,
reduce.
I want to touch back on the subject of you've been doing some research on regeneration of cells, tissues,
Yes, 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 yes,
to
yes.
activate the U gene or telomere.
Yes,
So maybe you would like
yes.
to share more about that, since we're talking about
Okay,
aging and longevity and everything like that.
okay. This is my specialty because I do every 2-3 months we do this. This is actually regenerating cells, tissues, organs, rejuvenating the cells, tissues, organs, and also to resonate, because we have to resonate. Many things are coming from our belief system, like the belief system, like, after this 50, you are going to be old, or your cells start degenerating. On the contrary, it's not true. We have trillions of cells dying each day, and they are, the new cells are being born. So why do I tell my cells, you are going to regenerate, you are dead? No, I'm going to say you are going to regenerate tomorrow. So change the same main concept, and we work with a group of people, and definitely they are touchwood. They have, everybody has changed. They look very young, and nobody, you cannot say the age if you look at them until, of course, you look at their thing,
So this
because
type
their
of
age.
therapy, is this some sort of a meditation that you're teaching to regenerate, or what is
Yes, yes, it's just like we work with just like, the codes, the coding, the codes of the, regeneration. We work with some of the numbers, no, which numbers you have to, and also how you have to work with your DNA, your youth gene, and also we try to teach how you have to work on your telomeres. I don't know if you know about the telomeres. The DNA has the last, the end of it, it's like a shoe shell, shoelace, which is very, it keeps cutting, and then, you are degenerating. So on the contrary, if you are going to really activate your endorphins, you start regenerating. Your telomeres, that's the endorphins, you keep laughing. Also, apart from no phones, we also do some laughing, we do some singing, and we are dancing. We try to do everything that, your inner child needs.
Yeah.
Because I think, we teach in the seminars, it's not being, your age. I think your age, you are eternal. Even our Hindu, if you look at the Brahma Shastra also, talks about the law of existence. It doesn't talk about the law of, death or anything. It's talk about the law of existence. That means we have to think of our life. Why should you think when you are dead? No, it's when I am alive. So when you're alive, then when you're talking to your cells, you're changing the whole concept. And also to feel, change that belief system that we have been put, with the old age, you are going to have, you are going to, start doing this, start doing no. On the contrary, we tell everybody, feel young and start talking to your age. So in the meditations, we teach them, no? And practically by doing this, 4 times a day, the gratitude, 4 days they practice, and they go on, like for example, the immunity, the IgA levels, you can check up, and it goes up. And as your neurons which fire together, fire together. So it's trying to tell the same thing many, many, many times repeatedly instead of the wrong thoughts. We are all the time telling, because some of my friends, she's an example. She's 77 years. And unfortunately, today she cannot be there in the panel, but you will never see, even in the, I learn a lot from her. Even though she is my student, but I think I always tell her, I'm learning from you. She's in the gym. We were once in the spa. She was telling, I am rejuvenating, and she was dancing and swimming there. And I said, oh, what an energy. It's just like Lal, no? People who really feel young, it's not the age, they don't think of the biological or chronology. They are much more, they are young, because you're born, when you're born, that's the thing, it's the light. So when I connect with myself, light, and I'm in love with myself, I think, which is the most important thing, then I think the magic happens. Then I know I love my life. And back here in Barcelona, of course, I know I love myself. I'm more important than anything else. So, you start doing that and having your own time for yourself, your food. And of course, nutrition is very important. But We try to, and being here in Barcelona, we are lucky to have the Mediterranean food and lot of salad and lot of, fresh food and of course, organic food. So, all these things have helped us. And by doing all this, the techniques or the meditation, having, the gratitude and connecting with the Mother Earth and always being thankful to the God and thankful to the Creator and everything else, we are able to revert and resonate everything that was put into our, into your mind or we change that mindset.
Wonderful, wonderful. So Dr. Sanjay, are you there? Dr. Sanjay is not
Yes,
there?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. No, it's wonderful, wonderful. Because just to sharing
Thank
with you, like this telomerase or anti-aging, this gene got the discovery of that got a 2 Nobel Prize. And this is a sequence of Nobel Prize, means very few research got 2 Nobel Prize. Vitamin C at one point got 2 Nobel Prize, and then this telomerase got 2 Nobel Prize. So there is a very strong scientific evidence now that yes, how our genetic coding lead us to the aging. And there's a things which you're talking about, the epigenetics. I'm one of the expert on epigenetics. Epigenetics is, in a simple word, we say it's more about the science of demography. I can give you a very good example of Hong Kong, and maybe Tarshan and Faride can relate to it. Like every fourth child who born in Hong Kong, doesn't matter you are Indian, you are American, European, you are born with a G6PD deficiency. So what happened, like the moment you live 3-4 years in Hong Kong, the Hong Kong demography change your genetic structure. And that particular demography, like it imply on anyone who lives in Hong Kong, doesn't matter which caste, creed, or race you are. So G6PD is a glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase, is a kind of enzyme which lack every fourth child born in Hong Kong, they lack it. And in India, many people even don't test it, but in Hong Kong, it is compulsory. Like when the child born, they do the G6PD test, because G6PD deficiency is a very serious, is a kind of a blood disorder. It's a kind of enzyme you don't have in a body, so you cannot do many things. So there's a list of food items, there's a list of perfumes, and a list of other things which you cannot smell, you cannot eat, you cannot touch. Until 18 years, 20 years, you have to be very careful. So everyone knows very well. So that's the epigenetics, right? So you are in Mediterranean side. So whatever the demography of genetic, or we can say the genetic makeup of your area, doesn't matter who goes there, whether it's from South America, from North America, from Asia. The moment they go and live there for 3-4 years, okay, their bodies start changing according to that. So that's a, we call that the genetic shift. So that's the epigenetics, basically. And sharing something, again, very interesting thing. So you are working on a wonderful topic, because it is like a very, very well scientific proven, because Nobel Prize got it, and they have a big scientific evidence about it. We Indians, we all heard about Hargobind Khurana ji, and he got a Nobel Prize in 1968. He was the first Indian who discovered that our body, the DNA, has a coding system, which is like a 64 different coding system, which can make like so many codes in the body. And he has 4 students, and one of them named Dr. Saran Narang, and Saran Narang research basically got him Nobel Prize. And Sarang Narang himself was a principal research officer of Canada government, and he invented insulin, and later he invented many other things. So I was a privileged student, like mentored by this group of people. So Saran Narang was my mentor. And so I, in a very early age, mixed up with a lot of this Nobel laureate people. So when I was a kid, that time I heard about epigenetics and all this, like different kind of like genetic coding and all those kind of things. And that time, these guys were doing in a petri dishes. So DNA was discovered in 1951. So this is 2021, exactly 70 years. So you can say that the genetics is only 70 years old. We are very like a first generation scientist on that. So we hope that the future is very much depend on it. It's not only epigenetics, but it's like also this stem cell research we are talking, we heard a lot, nanotechnology we are hearing a lot. So, and what basically you are talking about the thought process. And that's what is the medical science, all the research done on placebo. So placebo effect is one of the most important scientific evidence that what you think, it happen in that way. Okay, your body start means your body restructure based on your thinking. If you're thinking negative, the negative things will happen, even though it is not in you. If you're thinking positive, the way you think, the direction will move in that. So this is also a part of like a kind of a, you can say the epigenetics or something like that, which we medical terms is well known called placebo effect. Okay, and that is why in a common language we can say determination, positive thinking, lots of word you can give. Okay, happiness, mindfulness, and all those kind of things. So I think like today I will request Veena, like after Faride's interview, uh, to say a little bit about like live life Naveda way, because Naveda has created a platform called Live Life Naveda Way, which basically like what Darshan is talking, what you are talking, Mohana, is the same thing. And then the people have to come on that platform and need to how to design your life. Let's put it this way: how to design your life. And when you say how to design your life, is how to design your surrounding. So how to design your mind, because the mind will drive your life, and that's what like basically you are talking about. What I gather, so it's a mind. You go to India, everyone is like, okay, how you enjoy everything, so you just became Indian over there. The moment you came back, you became like in your zone and the Mediterranean kind of things. You started losing weight and all those kind of things. So that's happened. Like it's a human adaptability. That's what like the global adaptability is. Otherwise, like the people who travel a lot, they can never be a healthy person. But still, people travel and they are healthy. The reason is like there's the adaptability inside our body. Our body can adopt the changes very fast. So far you have a certain kind of discipline in your body, you can maintain those kind of adaptability very strong. And what work you are doing, that the layman language we say like it's like a anti-aging, okay, or slow aging kind of things. So telomerase is basically like is our aging things. So if the telomerase is a kind of thing, um, I today like it's not a scientific discussion, but it's a very interesting thing you can never forget in your life. We used to remember something, cell division, like as Mana said, like every day the cell is dividing and we are having the new cell. So there are 4 stages of cell division. So it is a difficult name, biology, all the names are difficult. So how to remember? So we created this word called Professor Mehta absent today. Okay, so that's the thing, Professor Mehta absent today. And if you remember Professor Mehta absent today, you will never forget in your life the sequence of the cell division. So Professor means prophase, Mehta means metaphase, absent means anaphase, and today means telophase. Okay, so Professor Mehta absent today. So these 4 different things. So telophase is the last phase. Okay, that's the cell division, and this every cell goes through this 4 stage, which is going on in our body. So what Mohana is saying, that if we become mindful about our cell regeneration, so you are absolutely right that you can create a new body like every day. So that's a very interesting research, and I think in the 5 years or 10 years time, you can see a lot. And thank you very much that you have initiated that in form of a meditation, counseling, teaching. So at least like more and more people get aware, and we will see more people. I'm sure like many people, it's a very big thing, especially in the cosmetic industry. Many people knows about it, but people are slowly coming to know about it. I think like in 2-3 years time period, the whole world will be on that. It's already there. Europe is ahead, much ahead, and then Asia, all this kind of thing. So that is why you guys are always in a better situation. But Hong Kong, we have this. Means I would not say I will have a complaint from Hong Kong, but whatever the things come in Hong Kong, it comes like 6, 7, 10 years later than Europe. So that's the thing. But hopefully now in the social media time period on this age, we are catching up with the world. Why I'm saying that? Just wanted to share with Faride and Darshan. Like it will be surprising fact for you and for the audience. Hong Kong was Asia's world city, or is an international city for many years. We know that. Yeah, it's a very famous city. But till 2007, we didn't have a food safety department in our city. Can you believe this? 17 January 2007, the first food safety department was established. It means till 2006, we have no law of food safety or nothing. All is whatever happening in Hong Kong related to food is just last 10, 15 years. That's it. So that's very inspiring. So I would say like this 15 years, last 15 years, exactly with your time, Darshan, your time frame, like you enter in the right time when the whole shift started. So we would say like healthy living is a 15, 16 years old baby in Hong Kong.
So just to add to what Dr. Sarangapani said, she said, if it's life you got to live, it's heaven is here. So if you go back in history, there was an emperor in India who went to Kashmir, and he said, if there is heaven somewhere, it's here, here, and here. But in today's world, if it's heaven, it's now, now, and now. Live it here, have heaven, make heaven or hell, it's up to you. But
Yeah,
if you think this is heaven, it is now. If it is hell, it is now. So I agree with you, Dr. Sarangapani. It's a great initiative that you've done.
Thank you.
And I would like to learn a lot more from you. I'm sure it will help me to be only 50 when I'm actually 80. Because if I learn these tricks now, I can use them 30 years later.
You can continue.
Sure, thank you.
You have to continue using it so that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Darshan, follow me. Darshan, follow me.
Yeah.
Follow me.
I'm already following you. I'm a big fan of yours already.
So,
Follow me.
And we also have a code. We use we give a code, a code that I give for regeneration that we normally tell the people, to imagine this in a golden sphere and to put it. It's 2145432. Afterwards, I'll type it in the chat.
so maybe later when we have a little bit more time.
Yeah. No problem.
Maybe we can request you to do a small regeneration meditation later.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so I'm going to move on to Faride Shroff. Thank you so much for patiently listening and acknowledging and really enjoying this. I hope you enjoyed the session. Just unmute yourself, Faride.
I have very much enjoyed the talk and definitely agree with what you have been saying. I think a lot of it goes down to balance, equal balance with, sleep, food, exercise, mindfulness, meditation. All these aspects come together to bring about a healthy human being. But the most important, I would say, is the power of the mind. The subconscious mind also plays a very important part. And that's the area that you have been talking about. When we talk about meditation, that's the area that we are talking about as well, because you're going deep down into another level within yourself to tell yourself that what you are and what you think yourself to be, that you become. And so where your attention goes, energy flows.
Mm.
And that is basically what we are discussing, and it has been summarized beautifully by Dr. So thank you, and it has been a lovely sharing and listening, and it's good to know that what I've been doing has been on the right path as well. Maybe marathons is the next level for me, Darshan. I'll come to you for that.
But Faride has been running her own marathons, you know, and Faride, do share with the audience here what lovely work you've been doing to inspire people and to give a place to the special, you know, the people who are with special abilities. So your work is very much focused there. So please do share with the audience what you do.
Okay, so I have been a special needs teacher for many years, and it was when my students who were secondary school graduates who could not find employment, they started facing depression, anxiety, and losing the will to even live because they felt they were a burden on society and on their parents. When that came about, I realized that the challenge was to change the way society thought about them because they were willing and able. It was the doors were just closed and they couldn't enter. So that's when I changed my job from being a school teacher to being a teacher for the society to raise awareness about disability inclusion, what it does, and how it can benefit not only the person who has a different ability, but also the companies where they work and what kind of benefits they bring with minimal accommodations.
Mm.
So I have started that, and now we have become an NGO very recently, last few months. And so one of my colleagues, who is actually a wheelchair user herself, suggested that we have a walkathon. And the reason was because during this difficult time, she felt people needed to feel happy. People needed to look after themselves. People needed to have a different focus. And we couldn't have it in a live form, so we thought we would do it in a virtual way. And so we have launched our very first fundraising event, which is called Walk for Equality. And it is a global event, so everyone from all over the world can join. And basically, it is to give every human being self-respect and the opportunity to find the job that they are best suited for, and to get the respect from society, not just as charity, but because they have the ability.
Mm.
So that's where I am, and why I do it is because I feel that we can all, each and every one of us, can make a difference.
Wow, amazing. And you've been doing this work for like how many years now?
So the company was formed 8 years ago. At that time, it was a consultancy. And since the last August, we have become an NGO. So we've just changed our name from Sensational Consultancy to Sensational Foundation. And the reason I chose sensational is very important, because earlier it used to be special educational needs, and now it is special employment needs.
Wow.
But with that, we can all create a sensational world.
Amazing. And
Yeah.
do you see more and more people in the corporate force willing to give jobs and employment to special able people?
I'm very pleased to say that, yes, there is much more interest now than when I started. And not only that, but with COVID coming around, it has opened many more doors for people with disabilities. Because now that excuse of the office is not equipped to have a wheelchair user come in cannot stand. So now people can work from home. There are ways that are thought of, and it can be done. And that's the beauty of it. Besides that, people with disabilities have often faced challenges all their lives. So COVID is just one other challenge.
Right.
and they always find solutions. So having someone like them in a company is really beneficial if they have the right kind of job and if it's matched properly.
Properly. Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's surely inspirational. I mean, that, you know, like I said, being a leader for change, to make that change, to stand up and say, like, no, we need to make space for everyone, to make them inclusive, you know.
Yes.
And
So
that's-
Veena, people with disabilities are the largest minority group in the world.
Mm,
And the majority of the people are in Asia Pacific. However, we see very few of them outdoors.
mm,
And like Dr. Sanjay was saying, the changes in Hong Kong have only happened in the last 15, maybe 20 years at the very most. We
mm,
never used to have proper signals with the ticking sound. We never used to have the trails on the road for people with visual impairments. All those came about because we wrote a petition to the government. We asked them to make those changes. Without doing that, things would not change.
mm,
And people with disabilities are so afraid of stigma and of what others think that they are afraid to use their voice or
mm,
to say that they demand this or they want that. We've never had them protest.
mm,
If they don't have access to one lift, they'll go around the whole building and find the cargo lift and say, never mind, it's okay, at least I can get upstairs.
mm.
But I don't think that is fair. I feel that they need to have recognition, they need to be respected, and that the law has to be on their side as well at some point. So I'm hoping to bring together companies, big companies, and law firms and the government all to work together and bring about this change, not only for Hong Kong, but globally. More recognition for people with disabilities. And I want to be that voice for them.
Amazing, amazing. Truly inspirational, truly inspirational. Dr. Sanjay, are you there? Dr. Sanjay?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Any feedback on that?
No, yes, this Faride's work actually is very well known in Hong Kong. Many people know her work, and I also do, and I'm a fan of her work and admire her work very much. I
Thank
follow
you.
you, Faride. I know that, and tell you the reason why I follow you, because some I have couple of NGOs and my own and my friends NGOs and some relatives also in India, those who are very much involved into this special privilege or disability kind of work.
Yes.
So I would say I will connect with you some of my one of the relative. He was retired as a director general of police of Maharashtra government. His name is Satish Mathur. He
Yes.
lives in Pune, and so they are very much into this disability support system kind of thing. But I want to go one step further, and I would like to introduce you with certain people where you will give a lot of dignity to this kind of people rather than begging to the government and telling the people, hey, you have to give the rights to these people. And what is that? To create a disabled celebrity. How to create a disabled celebrity is by participating them into Disabled Olympic. Okay, so Disabled Olympic is one of the very big event in the world. And recently in India, we have one guy who did the heart transplant, young boy. He wanted to play in Olympic, but he never got a chance. But after heart transplant, he categorized as a disabled person. So he got selected to represent India in a Disabled Olympic. So what happened, creating a Olympic team and represent Hong Kong into Disabled Olympic will make your dream come true. I'm giving you a very good advice over here. And Hong Kong government especially is very good in sports, and there's a very good support. So once we have a certain big names, celebrities and a sports icon, then automatically it's a top-down approach basically. Then automatically many people will come forward, the law firm will come forward, the corporates will come forward, everyone will come forward, and then it's automatic process.
So
It's just a
Sanjay,
yeah.
we have got superstars which are connected. In fact, on my website with the walkathon, some of the
Yes.
ambassadors who have spoken, Yung Ki Ho is a gold
Yeah, yeah,
medalist
yeah.
for Hong Kong. And also I have a friend, Kevin, who has played table tennis. These are both people who use wheelchairs, and yet they have brought such honor to Hong Kong, you know?
Exactly.
So these are just one of two examples that I can share with you. And it is so wonderful to hear their whole journey, to discuss, you know, the challenges that they faced initially and how they have come through all that.
I, Faride, always believe in this way that if we
Yes.
have to run a motivational classes, like there are so many people, normal people say we are depressed and we are anxious and we are
Yeah.
going low in our life. I think like we have to put one disabled person who is happy in front of them and tell their
Yeah.
story to the normal people. I think like that's that's a
Yes.
wonderful thing always like that.
I-
So
yes.
that is why I see like you're doing a wonderful job and in a right track. And I remember very much because I attend many government committees. So I know what you are talking about when the signage and all those kind of things. Hong Kong didn't have any facilities. So everything is pretty new in Hong Kong. And thanks to
Yes.
you and your organization, basically someone has, okay, you are the example that it shows someone has to take initiative, right? Someone has to
Yeah.
take initiative. Then people automatically join. That's what happens,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, most of the people are involved only in entertainment. That's the problem. People don't understand the concept of social service. Okay.
Mm.
So social services, like, okay, there are so many good people there, but as Darshan said, like he is talking about like ultra marathon kind of things. Like he's talking about the weight loss kind of. He's a self-inspiration. Means like
Yes.
obviously positive things. That's what like doctor is also talking about. Mahani, that like is all about like positive thinking, right? Uh,
Of
how to
course.
do that. So disability is also like, okay, it's all about the mind, strength of the mind. So physically maybe you are weak, but mentally you
Mm.
are very strong, right? So
Yes.
I
Yes.
think like in today's discussion, like everyone is talking one thing which is very common is we need to be mentally very strong. If we are mentally very
Mm.
strong, nothing is impossible. What do you think, Darshan?
I agree with you. It's like if you do a 30-day challenge, every day you've got to do the same exercise. By the 30th day, you're not only physically strong, but your willpower has also increased because you keep doing the same repetitive thing every day. And then on the 30th day, when you do it, it's time to celebrate because you did 30 days. Just imagine what you started one day, and on the 10th day, you may say, ah, forget it, I don't want to do it now. And then you still carry on. And on the 30th day, it's celebration.
So
So I
I think
agree with you.
Darshan, when you do your marathons, do you do it with a purpose? Do you do it for a particular cause, or is it just general well-being and health?
Earlier, it used to be general well-being, but
Yes.
recently when I did the no refined sugar challenge.
Yes.
And after that, I did another challenge, which was called running 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I raised money for Tata Memorial Hospital in Mumbai. I
Right.
raised around $1,500 from friends and some families and all. And we donated all the money to the Children Cancer Foundation at the Tata Memorial Hospital.
That's the helping
So
hands.
yes, now
Okay.
all my energy goes towards helping and then raising funds for these kind of causes where I also would like to see that people are being helped out. And I know that the funds are going into the right place because over a period of time, over the years, we've seen a lot of NGOs who have taken advantage of people around,
Misused.
yes,
Yes.
misuse their funds, right? So
Of
I
course.
rather, I'm Tata Memorial, we know the name Tata stands for dignity, integrity. And when you
yes.
give it to them, it goes into the right channels. So that's
Absolutely.
the reason why I chose Tata Memorial.
And the good
Okay.
thing here is very few people know that Hong Kong is the #1 city in the philanthropic activities in the world. Is a top on the list. Okay,
Mm.
like it's very easy to raise like a good fund for the good cause. And as you said, Darshan, is all about credibility. So once you establish the credibility, then raising fund is not a problem. It's just like helping in the new way. So I think like because Faride, I'm like I have a lot of people who follow you. So and they are very close to me. So I just follow your work, and somehow because I was connected with this education department also. So there's a special need children education curriculum and all those kind of things. So like always encounter, because there are so many schools right in Hong Kong,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
basically for the special needs school. So yeah, there are certain section of the people we are missing. So if we are healthy, we just see ourselves. We don't see the other people. And for me, like whether it is a Faride or Darshan or Mr. Lal or Veena or
Dr.
Mohana, you are all angels on this planet, like means because see, we always see negative part, but we have to see the good part also. There are every individual, they are doing so much wonderful job. I think all of you know Sheila Samtani also, I believe so.
Of
There's like
course.
many other people. They're doing the good heart people. They're doing a wonderful job in their own way. So that is one thing I really like Veena to explain to all of you. Like we are trying to make an effort to bring all these people on one platform, because the whole idea is if the like-minded people are get connected, then the power become very strong. Okay, then because
Yes.
everyone is thinking in the same direction, right? Though the
Mm.
area is different, but
Yes.
objective is the same, right? So
Of
doesn't
course.
matter whether someone work in the marathon, someone work on the disabled, someone work on like motivational, someone work like poverty elimination, job placement, doesn't matter. But basically the whole idea is you feel happy by giving something to the other people, or to the community. So it's more about the giving attitude kind of things. And you see, like I remember, like before this discussion is started, Darshan, you mentioned about the oxygen concentration you sent
Yes.
to India. Like right now, everyone knows about what is happening in India and like how desperately India need like those kind of things. So any people who are sensible enough and doing a little bit to it is a good contribution. Though it's like consoling people, telling things, helping them. So this is all about. So Naveda is basically that's the concept of Naveda. I want Mr. Lal to come in and share with you. You will love it. That Mr. Lal has a group of friends, and I want Mr. Lal to share. They are all 70 plus. Okay, there are like only few people are less age. They have a group who challenge each other. Okay, in a Samsung this health application, that some of them walk 30,000 steps per day. It's crazy. You
Wow.
won't believe. They are 80, 75, 80. They watch 30,000 steps per day. Mr. Lal, I would like you to explain this, please.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I was approached by my friend, one of my friend, who has been doing about 25 steps per day. That is
25,000, 25,000.
25,000 steps per day. That is about 25, 30 km per, per walk, So he said, you also join. I said, I'm 80 years, He said, no, you're 50 only. You can do it. I said, okay. I started with 10, 12, 15. I'm slowly going, more and more. But, at my age, I don't want to do it, so much. So I do around 15, 16,000, So I'm happy about this. So
But
now
can you believe, 1 second, Mr. Lal, can you believe Mr. Lal is 80 years old, but 15,000 steps, and he say, I do only 15,000 steps.
I can try to do it more, but I don't want to
Yes.
do it
Yeah,
now.
he
I
can,
slowly,
he can.
slowly, Slowly,
Because no,
slowly.
I know I've seen them even do 25, but then that's too much. Like, you know,
So
you could
your
pace it out.
mileage is much more than mine, even in training.
Maybe
When
I
you do
can do it
15,000
with,
steps.
I can walk with Darshan now. Darshan, you are in Hong Kong?
Yes, I'm in Hong Kong, sir.
Oh, then
Very
I
much.
can start walking with you. You and me will compete with each other.
That's what I said. Your mileage of 15,000 steps every day is much
Yeah.
more than what I run in a day.
Really?
I
I'm ve-
run 10 kilometers, which is 11,000 steps.
Ah,
Exactly.
You're walking 15,000 steps. That's just 15 kilometers.
Yeah, I'm doing it in the morning, in the evening, whenever I get a chance, I like to walk, you know. Even today also, I went in the morning, in the evening also, you know, twice, you know. Of course, there is no competition, but from tomorrow, I think, no, day after tomorrow, the competition gonna start. So let's hope, you know, I will do it 15 to 18,000 or something like that, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, I would like to, you know, and that's give me good energy to do it, you know, and I feel good about it, you know. After
And when
that,
when I do 10 to 12,000 steps, I come last. Can you believe this?
But my question
So-
to Farida is, if you can share the walkathon details
Yes.
and how you're doing it, I would be happy to share it with a group of a lot of athletes around the world who will be happy to join. And what I can also tell you is that there is an app called Strava, and it has got over 30 million athletes on it.
Yes.
If
Yes.
you can link with them this walkathon, then I can tell you you'll have a much more reach across the globe on the walkathon, because there are a lot of other companies, small companies, Wings of Life or 5K runs. These all things, when you put them on Strava, people actually log on to you, join you. All you got to do is you just have to give them a medal, which is electronic, virtual medal. When they complete a certain, like Mr. Lal said, 15,000 steps a day. So if they do it for 7 days, they get a small medal. But the appreciation that comes with it and the awareness that comes with it, it keeps going on month basis. So it's just an idea that if you can connect with Strava, because Strava helps a lot of NGOs do connect up. And then, of course, there is your fundraising, which can be part of the whole process also.
Thank you, Darshan. That will be very helpful. And I'll certainly look into how I can collaborate with Strava onto our platform if possible. Yeah. So we have one more month to go, the month of May. And 31st May is the last day for the walkathon. So it's everybody can walk at their own pace, at their own level, in their own comfort. But they post pictures, they show videos on their own page. And it's to share happiness, share joy, and at the same time doing it with a purpose.
So
Yeah.
why don't we do Farida in this way? Like when the walkathon finish, on
Yes.
behalf of Naveda, we honor them.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
yeah, we
Because
give them award also.
Naveda, yeah, Naveda is designed in such a way that it is all about identify the right people, positive people, like mindset kind of things. And this walkathon is perfect example. And Naveda, I think Veena will and Mr. Lal won't mind to honor these people, you know.
Yes. We'll give them certificate and the trophy.
Absolutely. I
Okay.
mean,
Certificates and the trophy, both.
as Dr. Sanjay rightfully said, you know, that this is a platform. That is why we are bringing in people, like-minded people, inspire each other, make a difference in whichever areas. And the whole point is, you know, we're doing something bigger than ourselves, you know, and we want to recognize these people. We want to meet these people. We want to work with and collaborate with such people, because only with like-minded people can something become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's true. That's
So
true.
that's
So before we end, I think like Mohana, if you can share with us like a little bit your meditation process, so
Yes.
like we at least
yes,
people
maybe
know
we
like
can do a short meditation with Dr. Mona. Mona, I have to learn how to pronounce
That's
No
Saranga
problem. You
Pani.
can just call me Mohana. It's fine.
Mona.
Mohan
This is
Rambal,
Dr.
Mohan
Saranga Pani.
Rambal, Mohan Rambal.
Dr. M.
No, that's why here in Barcelona, everybody, I just tell them Didi, you know, because they cannot call my name. So they just say Didi. So you can call me Mohana, no problem. Mohana is fine.
You have two people, they call you Didi here in Hong Kong, me and Sundar.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Sundar is my brother.
Yeah, of course. How about me?
Oh,
I'm
of
your
course you
boyfriend.
are.
Hello,
Of
I'm your
course you are.
boyfriend.
No, you're my brother too.
Okay, so shall we start the meditation?
Okay. 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 You can just have your, you know, always when you do the meditation, I think, you know, you have your hands, you know, palm facing upwards. And you can have this mudra. This is the Gyan mudra. The thumb and the, you know, the index finger. This is Gyan mudra. Or if you don't want to have any mudra, you can just, you know, open your hand and receive it. Okay, fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just close your eyes. And just breathe in all the positive light, love, and breathe out any stress, tension, any negativity. Breathe in life, breathe out all the fear. Breathe in completely all positive, empowering thoughts, and let go any negative programs that's there. Let go. Relax your feet. Relax the left leg, the right leg. Relax the left knee, the right knee. Relax the left thigh, the right thigh. And relax totally the pelvic completely. This is also the Muladhara, the first chakra. It's not only all the physical part, but it's also to do with a lot of emotions, like the fury, the anger, the disappointments. Imagine totally a beautiful red light, which is just going around your first chakra, removing all the blocks. Just take a deep breathing there in the first chakra, the first energy center. And then come to the second part, which is just 4 fingers below your belly button. The old digestive system for the woman, the ovary, the uterus, and for the men, all the reproductive part, and also the liver, kidney, digestive system, the large intestine, the small intestine, on all these parts. It's the digestive system, and also a lot of fear, traumas that we have been educated, the belief system that we have been taught. All this is there in the second energy center or second chakra. So just let go, breathe in, and breathe out all this insecurity, fear. And those who have problems to digest, just let go and relax yourself to digest. And it's totally orange light going around. And it's also behind the sacrum. And now come to plexus solar, which is 4 fingers above the belly button. There is a lot of anxiety, guilt, which is connected with the pancreas and vesicular. Especially those who are diabetics have to work a lot on this. You can do also the diaphragm breathing to just let go all the guilt, the anxiety, especially the anxiety that we have present with the COVID, all that. Just breathe out and let go all that fear. And also many of this fear come from the previous birth or this birth. So let go all that fear and relax this area and feel completely relaxing. And now come to the heart, Anahata Chakra, or the heart energy center, your lungs and your heart. Just feel totally love, kindness, compassion, taking care of your little child, and being grateful and having inner peace. And breathe out all the sadness, the depression, the grief, any trauma that's been there. Just let go. Breathe out all that and let go, let go, let go, let go. And remember, when you could do this heart meditation, put your hand in your heart and even feel that happiness, feel the love, feel kind, feel compassion, caring yourself and kind to yourself. You can really change by being coherent with the heart and brain. You can change the brain waves, and you can definitely start improving your immune system. Your IgA level goes up. So just be coherent and feel this, because all the negative thoughts that you are doing are being unkind to yourself. So today promise to be kind to yourself and feel a beautiful green light going all through. Now come to the throat, relax, feel a blue light, relax and let go any blocks, any mucus that's there in the throat, and let go the left shoulder, the right shoulder, and all the 33 vertebrae. Let go all the negative information and let the oxygen flow from the root chakra to the top of the brain, to the cervical. So the oxygen is flowing. You will not have dizziness. It goes to all the 33 vertebrae. Relax your lower jaw, upper jaw, mouth, nose, ear, eyes, and especially in the front, the third eye, which is connected to the pineal gland. And by really touching here in the pineal gland, you are able to charge. You are able to open up the intuition, the telepathy, and letting go all the doubts, any negative program. Feel a blue light here and go blue light, a turquoise blue in the throat, and blue, a dark blue here in the sixth chakra, which is Ajna chakra. The pineal gland meditation, which really helps to open up a new pathway, a new awareness. And go to the top, which is the crown chakra, the top of the head, the left side of the brain, which is the logical brain, and the right side of the brain, which is a creative brain. It's a purple light connecting with the divine energy, the quantic field, or the infinite energy, which enters the top. The purple light, the blue turquoise, green, yellow, orange, red, and the golden light, which goes throughout your feet. And now you're relaxed, relaxed, relaxed. And just feel regenerating your cells, tissues, organs, rejuvenating your cells, tissues, organs, resurrecting, removing any negative belief, and let the stem cells be activated, which replace any bad cells, tissues, or organs. Let your immune system be stronger, neurons be stronger, your memory is increased, your lifespan extended. Let your hormones start working better. Let all your chakras or the vital energy start functioning better, are coherent, heart and brain coherent. Your eyes get better, your hearing is better, smelling is better, you're tasting, and you feel good, all the five senses. So activate the DNA, the neurons, the youth gene, and the telomeres, and feel totally good, stronger, feel physically good, mentally feel the peace, emotionally happy and joyful and spiritually evolving and being a good human, contributing something to ourselves and to the society. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank yourself. Thank the Mother Earth
Thank
and
you.
open your eyes. Feel totally good, better than before. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. That was really lovely.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
was very, very peaceful.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hope everyone enjoyed this meditation.
Yes.
Yes,
Dr.
perfect,
Are you
perfect
there?
ending to a
Thank
great
you.
meeting.
So
Yeah,
Darshan, sleeping time. Darshan, you're sleeping
Well,
time now.
if the meditation would have gone on for a few more minutes, I would have been snoring.
Oh, Sundar Bhaiya is here now.
yeah,
Sundar Bhaiya.
Hello,
is
Sundar.
here. Say hello.
Hello, hello, how are you?
Thank you. Fine, fine. Thank you.
Mrs. J is here as well, as always, supporting us. Mrs. J, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, he's here.
Mrs. J is here as well. But I can't. There she is. Mrs.
Hey.
J.
Hi, Jack. How are you?
Good. Today I had my vaccination.
Oh, yes, I'm going to have soon.
Yeah, we both had today Sinovac. We had Sinovac.
Ah,
And
my-
I wanted to rest early. Then I said, never mind, I will come and listen.
yeah. Good, good. Came. I know you don't miss us.
That's
You're
why
always
I'm here.
Yeah, you're always there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Okay.
good. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you to all the panel guests. Thank you for the audience for watching. And I hope again today we brought a insightful, a very inspirational panel. And I hope we have inspired all of you to live healthier, happier, joyful, purposeful lives, making a difference in whatever areas that you're doing. So thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Bye-bye.
lot.
Thank you.
So, bye-bye.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Darshan. Bye-bye, Mona.
Good night.
Didi.
Good night,
Bye.
Lal
Bye,
Bhai.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, Faridi. Bye-bye,
Bye.
Sundar. Nice to see you.
Bye, bye. Same
Hello.
here, same here,
You are
same
here
here.
because of Didi. You know that. Usually you're not here.
We didn't hear you sing today, Lal.
You
Lal,
didn't
we
sing?
didn't
You
hear
want
you
to sing?
No
You
time.
have to sing 2 lines at least.
You can sing 2 lines.
Yes.
Okay, I've been singing for last 1 week the same song, but only
I
2 or
don't mind it.
3. No, 1 para only. मैं शायर तो नहीं, मैं शायर तो नहीं, मगर ए हंसी, जब से देखा मैंने तुझको मुझको शायरी आ गई, सोचता हूँ अगर मैं दुआ मांगता, हाथ अपने उठाकर मैं क्या मांगता, सोचता हूँ अगर मैं दुआ मांगता, हाथ अपने उठाकर मैं क्या मांगता, जब से तुझसे मोहब्बत पे करने लगा, तब से ऐसी इबादत मैं करने लगा, मैं शायर तो नहीं, मैं शायर तो नहीं, मगर ए हंसी, जब से देखा मैंने तुझको मुझको शायरी आ गई, मैं शायर तो नहीं. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night,
Thank
everybody.
you.
And see you again next
Bye,
week.
Lina.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.